Welcome back. Change, transformation. These are words that are on the lips of folks right across the world as we're entering a brand new year, but they have a deeper and more compelling meaning for some among us. And my guest this evening is a fellow who has a story that is replete with change and transformation and action into the future. It's my pleasure to have visiting from one of the favorite cities of all of the United States, Minneapolis, Minnesota. This is Masati. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Hey, Terry.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on.
If you would, begin the story of exponential intelligence with change and
Exponential Intelligence.
A little bit of who you were before and how you came to be this.
Well, for me, it was a fast transformational experience. I was a computer programmer, 15, 20 years, did that. Well, it began actually in my early 20s. I had a first near-death experience, and that really opened me up because, you know, during that time, early 20s, late teens, you're always searching for yourself. Right? You always want to, so I studied all the religions, I studied all the motivational books, I went to a lot of seminars trying to find that change, that one key element, and the door opened to me, my first near-death experience. I had my jaws crushed in a warehouse incident. Yeah, it wasn't the best, but actually it was one of the best experiences for me because it allowed me, as I was like pulling away from my body, I saw my body on the other side of the room going, wow, if I'm over there, what am I doing over here? And then I realized that I had died, and it was the most blissful experience that I've ever felt until my second near death. But that allowed me to understand that we're much bigger than the sum of our experiences here. You know, we make a lot of mistakes here, and then we think we're the mistakes that we are. We're not. We're much grander than that. And then when I jumped back into my body, I could start seeing, say, the realities that were there, you know, in the present. Like most people see things, but then there's another reality behind. So I started to see the workings of those realities. So, and then jump forward about 20 years. I had my second near-death experience. That was a drowning accident. Wow. And I was probably underwater 8 to 10 minutes. It was, again, the most beautiful experience ever. You know, most people, when they have a near-death experience, they see the light, they see loved ones. I transcended that tunnel, if you will, and transcended into a higher space, which I call the beautiful blue space, the heavenly blue space. At that level, Terry, you can see all the details of life, anything, any questions answered. You're totally complete as you are. You don't need money, you don't need security, you don't need loved ones, anything like that. Because again, you are that you are, totally complete. And from there, I actually brought that intelligence or that knowledge down to this level, the physical form. And that's how I help people, that's how I've helped myself.
And if you would talk about that first phase after your second awakening, did you feel totally conscious that you were changed, that you were different, and that your path was going to change?
No. Not at all. Not at all. You know, it was on a cruise ship. We got back on a cruise ship, very, very startled because, well, I thought I'd never see my family again. You know, well, it was a death experience. And when you're drowning, you actually start to think over, you know, because for me, it's like a minute or two, you know, underwater going, wow, you know, all the things flash through your life. But then after that, it took me maybe about 3-4 years to finally understand. And nowadays, I call it a detox. But for me, it's like the dark nights, you know, that everybody really goes through. I mean, Jesus went through it, Buddha went through it. You know, those individuals who say, aspire to go to the higher realms, you know, you have to go through that to disconnect yourself from physical form, really. And through those dark nights, I was led into these meditations that would last maybe 3-4 hours long.
Wow.
And in these meditations, I got downloaded with a lot of knowledge on how the human body works, how things work in general, and I understood that everything is created as frequencies. So from a scientific point of view, I come from that spiritual space, if you will. Yeah.
Fantastic. Let's take a quick break and talk about the work that you're doing now and
fantastic.
How you can help all of us.
Yes, sounds great. Thank you.
My conversation about change, transformation, and of course, moving into the future with Masati. After this, we'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm having a wonderful conversation with a fellow by the name of Masati. He's had quite an interesting set of travels and travails over the years, and now he's focusing his life on helping others in a way that is both expressive and intuitive at the same time. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's talk about this. I'm really curious how you transformed yourself, your life, your activities from having these consciousness-raising experiences to, was there a yearning or a compulsion that you needed to help people, or?
No, it was more of a direction, you know, after that second near-death experience, Harry, it just seemed like I was drawn in, I was pulled into, you know, again, the deeper meditations that would last 3, 4, 5 hours long. And it took me a couple of years to understand it all. One of the meditations, it's like you're supposed to help the world heal. You know, I didn't even know what that meant because I'm a computer programmer.
Right.
You know, it's like, what does that mean? And later on, I understood that I'm here to heal, so I can transform. I've helped tens of thousands actually transform in any area of their life. You know, whether it's physical issues or spiritual issues or finances or, you know, relationships, whatever it is. I learned from those deep meditations that everything's really a frequency. Okay? Everything is created of a frequency. Once you say change those frequencies, your life changes from the inside out. That's very, very different than what most of us try to do here, you know, especially New Year's resolutions and so on. You know, they try to change from the outside in, and it's really hard for people.
True. A very timely observation. Yes. So talk a little bit about these, I don't know, is seminar the right word? I'm always hesitant of what's the right term, because seminar sounds a little official, maybe.
Yeah, and I'm not that official guy. Actually, workshops. Workshops is good.
Great word.
Because, well, the first one is this Friday, next Friday the 15th. It's a 2-hour workshop where I actually work on individuals at a group level and even individuals. And it's called, Can This Man Change Your Life in 10 Minutes or Less? And Terry, people have, say, changed their lives in 10 minutes or less at the group workshops that we do. This woman in San Francisco, she started walking after 20 years. I mean, and those aren't extreme examples. I mean, it's crazy stuff that I'm trying to figure out as well. Again, because I've been gifted with these abilities, so I'm still trying to figure that out. And then Saturday, Sunday, we go deeper. And on the 16th, the first one is finances, bringing in true finances. Because even wealthy individuals, you know, it's like that golden handcuff that they have, right? Even if they're fantastic. This is a truer way of connecting, say, abundantly, where money, not only just money, but other areas of your life start to become abundant. I call it 360 degrees of abundance. And then Sunday, we're going to do a workshop, again, intensive workshop on relationships, love and sex. So it's going to be good. Very good.
My final question.
Yes.
Do you feel differently over time as you do more of this work? Do you feel?
Do I feel?
Do you feel better at the beginning of 2016 than you did 2 years ago or 5 years ago?
Oh yeah, people come to me and say I look younger than before, and a lot of people that I work on, they say, you know, they start feeling younger, more vibrant, because they actually start to see the beauty, you know, of what's out there. And it comes naturally, that abundance that people are looking for.
Well, I will say this.
Yes.
It's been a wonderful, tranquil feeling to spend some time in your presence.
Yes.
And I appreciate your time and what you're doing to help others.
Thank you.
And I do believe we have your website to go up, and is that the best place for more information?
Yes, www.masati.com.
Very good. There it is. So opportunities for folks to spend some time with you next weekend.
Yes, next weekend. And if you mention PCTV, you can get in for free. There you go. How good is that?
That's really good. That's very nice of you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you so much.
Wish you all the best for continued helping of others, and keep in touch with us here at Park City Television.
Yes, we will.
Come back
for
again.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay, you guys. Quick break. We're going to do some weather, and then the wild ones have promised they'll be wilder and wilder in the second half of the hour. Oh, yeah.